Hello friends, this is Dr. Kiran Mengani. Let us proceed further with the second last chapter which we are discussing. So far, so forth, we have discussed the use of internet in SCM, and in that particular context, we have altogether discussed that uh, what is the technology orientation or what is the technology usage, and we can say supply chain management. Now, the last lecture, which was based more or less on the demand planning with the production and assembly steps, along with we also discussed the sourcing and procurement, the process involved in the same, and sales return. So, this particular module is rightly called as the module which is based on the use of internet technology. So, we started with basic things. Now, we are moving further. More specifically, we are going to talk today about the use of internet in SCM. Now, proceeding further, if we have to calculate or if we have to measure actually that what is the relevance of SCM in relevance of internet in SCM, what we will realize is that development of internet and electronic communication has made it possible for businesses to respond to their clients more quickly, because it is the internet technology and electronic communication which is made possible to connect all over the world the businesses to the customers instantly, quickly, conveniently, and without having any geographical restrictions. So marketplace itself is we can say evolving, though as a result of the application of same technical improvements in B2B supply chain management. Now when we talk about B2B supply chain management, remember students, we have always seen what is upstream and downstream supply chain management, in which the upstream is related with the manufacturer having the connection with the, we can say, source or the vendor. So what happens that the vendor or the procurement party which is having connection with the manufacturer in supply chain management, this is considered as sourcing or procurement. So this particular connection between manufacturer and procurement source is B2B, and these B2B relations are largely been depending upon the usage of technology, usage of internet. So a shift from controlling individual operations to integrating activities into primary supply chain process is necessary for effective supply chain management. So each and every time, if you have individual operations traditionally with many of the parties as such, it is very good to incorporate same into the form of software or technologies. Primarily we call it ERP solution, enterprise resource planning, and connect the nodes right from the source to the manufacturer with the distributors. So this seamless chain that runs smoothly benefits the entire value chain by accelerating communication between consumer, their suppliers, enhancing the service quality and cutting cost, and benefits outweigh the efforts required to acquire the end product, we can say. So this particular chain, which we oftenly talks about, the chain right from the supplier, which connects the producer, then to the logistics parties, then all the supply chain intermediaries, then consumer. This particular chain, it can work in total coordination or smoothly when the internet technology is involved. So what happens that all these things can benefit the value addition, enhancing the service quality and cutting the cost because time is saved at the same time. Now, what things we are going to learn in internet and SCM? There are four things specifically in this chapter which we are going to discuss in detail. One is e-market, second is e-procurement, third is e-logistics, fourth is e-fulfillment. Now, when we talk about the e-market, what is there in the e-market? We have B2B relationship based on the use of internet. It is also written as B2B, business to business. We have B2C, that is business to consumers, which refers to the relationship between a business and general public, or you can say individuals for that matter. So what happens in this? This is known as electronic commerce, which is defined as any potential interaction between business and its customers, from requesting an estimate to providing after sales service assistance. So not only just sales, but after sales also certain assistance is provided with the help of, you can say, electronic platform. So it is connecting business to customer, it is connecting business to business with the use of internet technology. So what is happening? This e-market, which comprise of e-business in the form of B2B and B2C, is largely being seen as one basic, you can say, function for connecting the people across, which are involved in the supply chain. So, when we talk about e-market, it is also relevance of internet technology on SCM. Now talking about e-procurement. What is this e-procurement, by the way? This is the practice of requesting, ordering and buying goods and services online, which is known as electronic procurement, often referred to as e-procurement or supplier exchange. This involves B2B transaction because we have seen the diagram which is connecting source with the manufacturer. So largely we have the vendor and manufacturer, both are business entities. So the practice of requesting, ordering and buying goods and services online is known as electronic procurement. Now e-procurement, in contrast to e-commerce, relies on the supplier, you can say, closed system, which is only accessible to registered users, we can say. So through bids, purchase orders, invoices, electronic procurement streamlines communication between customers and selected suppliers. So the manufacturer and selected suppliers, they use the technology. They have their own registered IDs, and through which particular system they involve in the bidding process, purchase ordering, invoices and everything takes place through e-procurement. Next one is e-logistics. Now when we talk about e-logistics, it is by sharing data, knowledge and information with supply chain partners. E-logistics is the dynamic combination of communicating, computing and collaborating technologies that alter their core logistical operations to be customer centric. Now, delivering the right products in the right amounts to the appropriate customer at proper location and time is e-logistics ultimate goal. So, whensoever the goods are transported, the supply chain partner, they use certain technology to track the goods in transit, and these technologies are used for communicating, computing and collaborating things between the logistics about the logistics operations, and the main aim is to deliver the right product in the right amount at proper location. So that is somewhere e-logistics. See, many of the we can say shopping hubs, online shopping hubs like Amazon, Flipkart, they all are depending upon the e-logistics because their main aim is to scatter approach to the scattered customers. So they have all these tracking system how the goods are delivered till end consumers. Next one we have e-fulfillment. Now what is this e-fulfillment? This is the mixture of phrases e-commerce and fulfillment. Both are separate words, but simply put together, fulfillment is the process of assembling and sending the customer order. The orders of customers are filled in, this is the example, Amazon fulfillment facilities throughout the globe and delivered to them promptly. This aspect of online stores where products are delivered to clients are known as e-commerce fulfillment. Now this e-fulfillment procedure, this covers a wide range of activities. E-commerce fulfillment involves placing products on the shelf of fulfillment centers. So we know that the business of online stores is very large and their hubs are scattered. So whensoever any order arises, they just dispatch the orders to the right shelf, that is to the right regional hub where the order has come from. This is the procedure which is followed in e-fulfillment. So we have four things, namely e-market, e-procurement, e-logistics, e-fulfillment. When we talk about e-market, B2B, B2C business have to be taken into consideration. When we talk about e-procurement, it is the practice of requesting, ordering, buying goods and services online. It will also involve B2B transaction. It will involve e-logistics. All the supply chain partners along with the logistics operation, they are going to track the goods in transit and delivering the right products at right amount of time to the right customer is the main goal. E-fulfillment is simply fulfilling the orders and dispatching it to the shelf of fulfillment stores. So this way we have four parameters in the usage of internet and SCM. So when we talk about all these things in detail, what we will come to know that very first thing, which is e-market, that is the use of electronic medium to sell goods. Now majority of time it refers to online selling also, and cyber consumers are known as the term for denoting the customers. Now e-market includes more than just online sales. It is everything which is involved like point of sales, online payment, product availability, delivery tracking, post purchase support. So we can say when online store is connected to company's manufacturing system, electronic market occasionally makes it possible to create the products that are highly customized. Now different, we can say, e-markets, what they include? They largely include the B2B. relations. Now, what is this B2B when we talk about relations? B2B relation is based on business to business relations, as we have seen. So what happens that B2C, which is the relation between the business and the consumers. So these both are taken into consideration of e-market. Now when we are talking about role of e-marketplaces, what we will realize that new technologies, particularly access to the internet, tend to change the communication between various supply chain players. Now, it involves relationship between enterprise and its clients, internal operations of the enterprise, including enterprise-employee relationship, and relationship between enterprise and its various partners and suppliers. So, e-business altogether is traditional is we can say the brick and mortar, and e-business is click and mortar. So what is happening in this particular e-platform, we can say that it is the platform which is integrating all the people all together, organization, individuals, which are having relation with one particular organization. Now, when we talk about the characteristics of this particular market, what we will realize, largely we will realize that this will be always written as B2B or B2C. Also, it can be B2A, that is the connection with the help of internet between organization and government, relating to tax, relating to you can say any kind of MSME or the operations which are required by the government at the end of the day, fulfilling the criteria of business, registering their own organization. Then we can have B2E also, that is business to employees, which will be the relationship between organization and its employees. So this way, when we talk about the e-market, this particular e-market will be well defined as the operations via internet of the manufacturer with other business entities and the consumers. Next one, we have e-procurement. So we have altogether seen in the slide that e-procurement is the practice of requesting, ordering, or we can say buying goods and services online. So what happens that e-procurement is the contrast of, we can say, e-commerce, which relies on the suppliers closed system. As I rightly said, that this e-procurement will be involving bidding process, suppliers, businessmen coming into being. So e-procurement began in 1980s as EDI started. We have seen in other chapter that how this electronic data interchange, that is the data or documents which are having its you can say real time give and take between the supply chain partners through vendor catalogs, through quotations, through order fulfillment documents. So all these things have started in 1980s with the electronic data interchange. Now this e-procurement links suppliers and customers through a web interface. Okay. Now particularly when we talk about this e-procurement, utilizing an electronic procurement system for pricing, for timing of purchasing of goods and services, or for building the relations with the suppliers, or to bargain deals with the suppliers, all those things hand in hand becomes the e-procurement system for the organization. Now how this works, let us see one by one. E-procurement, they replace the manual procurement process. Why? Because it involves e-auctions, e-tenders, in which the supplier contracts are received and some quotations are received from the suppliers, and the use of centralized platforms. The process connects multiple suppliers with the producers. Now, what happens? One of the most crucial element of e-procurement is the vendor supplier selection and management. Now, this particular supplier relationship management or supplier information management, these are things which are included on this particular platform. So, among other, we can say procurement, essential elements are e-sourcing involves defining needs and screening prospective suppliers. So, technology is looking into the matter of identifying and screening the very good profitable or prospective supplier. Second, e-tendering. What is e-tendering? It entails the request of information, proposal, quotations from the multiple suppliers. E-auctioning, which involves assessing vendors, contract administration and negotiation. E-ordering and payment, which is involving the issuing requisitions and purchase order and receiving the requested goods. E-analytics, which views the expenditure and it takes the necessary corrective action if expenditure is surpassing certain things. So this way, if we talk about benefits of e-procurement, it is automated, procurement cycles are shortened, you can track the transaction, you can save your time, you can save your cost, you can find very good deals for you. Business can choose from wide range of goods and services which can suit their own requirement. Inventory quantity and pricing, they can be managed by locating products from the supplier and vendors online. And procurement department can shift resources to higher value operations, that is contract negotiation. So all types of repetitive manual and low value duties are replaced and instantly things are taking place. Additionally, e-procurement improves reporting on metrics and trends in procurement. So this way we can say that it is improving accountability, transparency and giving procurement function a better control in the hands of manufacturer because everything is automatic. So this way if we talk about the various things which are used in the context of SCM while using internet. So we have e-market, we have e-procurement, we have e-logistics, we do have e-fulfillment. Nevertheless, when we are talking about e-market, we have seen its basic types. When we talk about e-procurement, what we have realized that e-procurement involves automated system between the suppliers and the manufacturer. So talking about the things which we have done so far is to understand demand planning, production assembly step, understanding sourcing of procurement and sales return. Today we have done understanding e-market and e-procurement. So the notes part, if we see, we have seen use of internet and SCM and e-market which involves B2B and B2C. Also talking about the features and role of e-marketers, we have seen what largely depends upon the relationship between enterprise and its clients, internal operations of enterprise like enterprise employee relationship and the relationship between enterprise with its because it is involving both internal market as well as external market. So categorizing it, what things we have B2B, we have B2C, B2G, that is B2A, government and business, B2E, that is business to employees. Next, e-procurement, we have seen that how this e-procurement works, what does it entails to, what does it involves. So we have seen everything relating to linking of suppliers and businessmen. It involves the order tracking, it involves the vendor selection, it involves majorly everything about the SRM, that is supplier relationship management. Now, coming to the very first slide, we can say very first set of slides where we have seen the SCM process. What we have seen, this particular diagram will again and again be focused upon, because it is involving vendor sourcing, inbound storage and transportation with the manufacturer. So this being upstream business, here will come the role of, you can say, e-procurement. Now this e-procurement will be between the manufacturer and the vendor. Also, when we talk about the e-logistics or the e-fulfillment, it will involve over here, that is outbound transportation, wherein the things are distributed to final consumers. So this way we can say this is the usage of internet technologies in SCM. Next lecture will be based on e-logistics, and we will also see what is e-fulfillment, how does this takes place, and last chapter will be the amalgamation of different things which are coming again in the design of SCM and use of internet, the things which are very very important from the SCM technology point of view, like ERP solutions, Markov chain, and we have the inventory control. In that we are going to do thoroughly the Pareto's law. So 3 4 things in last chapter, which are again we can say new and contemporary issues in the SCM and technology, or you can say usage of technology in SCM. So we have finished with almost with the second last chapter, which is related to use of internet in SCM.